Hey, what's going on, everybody? Listen, today is January the 23rd. It is a fantastic Saturday. There's no doubt about it. And I wanted to give you some motivation, some inspiration on this wonderful Saturday. Do you guys realize that we are approaching the end of January? That's right. 1 month is almost out the door for 2021. Still got about a week and a few days left within 2021, but there's no time like right now, which is the right time for you and me to make sure that we are focused about making sure that we make this year the best year ever in our lives. That being said, I want to encourage somebody today to allow yourself to be inspired. Oftentimes, we think that inspiration is automatic and easy for everybody. But I've met a lot of people that, due to perhaps the past, due to some unfortunate events, due to some circumstances and situations that have just kind of knocked the inspiration out of them, there's some people that have really resisted being inspired. They've resisted allowing themselves to be inspired because they've lost their hope. Many not only have lost their hope, but some have lost their way. Listen, I want you to know something. I've been there. Believe it or not, Mr. Motivation, Mr. Inspiration has been in places and times in his life where he lost his hope, and that he is me. I remember having lost my hope, and I remember rejecting all forms of inspiration. Didn't want to be inspired because in my mind, I was thinking, what's the use? What's the use? Because it is what it is. What's the use? Because life is not fair. It is what it is because this is the way that my life is going to be. So why waste time allowing myself to be inspired? Why allow myself to have hope and get excited when really things are not going to change? Well, here I am, 2021, January the 23rd, here to tell you that things do change, that things do get better. Literally, the world is programmed so that nothing remains the same. Now you have to take control and take charge to determine the direction of the change that is going to happen in your life. You look at ourselves from a physical perspective, our bodies change. They are going to change. Most people recognize that if they don't do something that is proactive and something that is positive, then many of the changes that our bodies experience will be unwanted, undesirable, and unpleasant. Well, if the same holds true for our body, the same holds true for our finances, the same holds true for our relationship, the same holds true for our career, and the list goes on and on and on. This is why inspiration matters. This is why you have to allow yourself to be inspired, to allow yourself to receive seeds of hope, seeds of encouragement, seeds of motivation, seeds of aspiration. You need to open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your spirit, and let that good stuff come in. See, it's that good stuff that'll wake you up from your slumber. It's that good stuff that'll remind you, hey, I had some dreams. I had some goals once upon a time in my life. It's that good stuff that will not only help you realize, but it'll help you recognize that it's not over. Okay. All you need to do is allow yourself to be inspired and then allow yourself to succeed. Let me say that again. Number one, allow yourself to be inspired. Number two, allow yourself to succeed. I am a firm believer that far too many people are in their own way. Can I say that again? I am a firm believer that far too many people are in their own way. They are saboteurs of their own success. They are blocking their own blessings. Why? Because they have allowed themselves to be in a place and remain there far too long where they are uninspired, unmotivated, uncommitted, and undedicated to personal growth and personal development. And no, I'm not selling you anything today. I'm not selling you a coaching program. I'm not trying to become your mentor, your teacher, or your pastor. All I'm simply doing is reminding you that you are not through. That's right. My assignment on this Saturday, January the 23rd, is to create this moment in time that will create a ripple effect all around the universe, reminding you that it is not over and you are not finished. You've got more in the tank than you think. Somebody put that on a t-shirt and make sure I get my percentage. Yeah. Let me say that again. You have more than you think in your tank. I'll close with this illustration. I've used it a couple of times in a sermon or two that I've preached. Have you ever run out of gas? I have. There are times I've run out of gas with money in my pocket because for some strange reason, I will get in a car and not look at the amount of gas that's in it. I get in my car all the time. And for some reason, the last thing that's on my mind is how much gas is in it. And there are times I have run out of gas with money in my pocket thinking, man, what in the world happened? And what happened was I didn't pay attention to the gauge of the gas hand. But what I'm going to tell you is that every time I run out of gas, the truth and the secret is this, that there was still gas in my tank, even though my car cut off because I ran out of gas. How is that possible? How is it possible that my car can cut off and then I say, as I sit here, that even though the car cut off, there was still gas in the tank? Well, it's a fact that there's still gas in the tank, even when your car cuts off, supposedly having run out of gas, because the tank always holds gas. But when it gets to a low level where the engine cannot access it, the engine has been programmed and manufactured to shut off. It's actually been programmed and manufactured to shut off to prevent doing greater damage to the engine. What you need to understand is that you thought you were out of gas. I stopped by to tell you on January the 23rd, 2021, you still got something in the tank. As a matter of fact, back in the old days when we got low on gas and that gas hand was leaning past the E, but the engine was still running, what do? You remember, we used to swerve from side to side. Why? Because somebody told us that if we can make what's in the tank move to the left and move to the right, that every now and then that engine would be able to feed off of what was still in the tank. Might I suggest to you that even though you may be running low on gas, if you will just shift, shucks, am I preaching on a Saturday? If you would just shift, if you would just move from side to side, what is in you, come on, the residual, it may not be a lot, but it's enough to get you to the gas station. It may not be a lot, but it's enough to dream again. It's enough to believe again. It may not be a lot, but it's enough to make sure that you can continue to progress in the right direction until you can get a fill up, until you can get more in your tank. Might I suggest to you that that's what inspiration is? It is a little more gas in your tank, helping you reach your destination. This is why you need to allow yourself to be inspired so that you can allow yourself to succeed. Will you dare to excel in 2021? I hope you will. Have a blessed day. This is Pastor Troy Wynn Sr., Senior Pastor of the Freedom Church in Warner Robins, Georgia.